Hey guys, this is Miss Fonsel. I'm going to be taking you through your syllabication lesson today, so please make sure that you have your pencil ready to go and you have your workbook out and ready to go for the day because we are going to be writing in your book. Today's objective is to learn to read, write, and spell words with the consonant LE syllable pattern. So let's take some time to review. First, we're going to look at identifying the syllable type in words. As you guys can see on the screen, the LE syllable pattern is at the end of the word and is taking up one square because it makes one sound together. A consonant LE syllable is in the final syllable and is unaccented. The consonant stays with the LE. All right, it's time to sort, so I want you to take some time to write these down and sort them in your book where you think that they will go. All right, our first word is double, and double will fall in the LE syllable. As you guys can see at the end of the word double, the LE is right there with the B, so that's your consonant LE syllable pattern. Your next word is the word fail. Fail falls in your vowel team section because you have the A and the I working together to make the A sound, so that's a vowel team. Next word is pay. Pay is also a vowel team because the A and Y work together to make the A sound. Now the last one is a little bit trickier because you have a vowel team and an LE syllable, but it is going to be under the LE section because of that final consonant, that consonant LE syllable pattern, okay? All right, next we're gonna spot and dot our words. Okay, write your first word down. All right, so let's make sure that we're spotting and dotting correctly. Your first dot should go above the I. Next is the E. Then you have the I, and then you have the LE, the consonant LE, I should say. My first partitioning line should be between the N and the C. My next partitioning line is going to be, remember, it has to be between those two dots. Okay, so when we make our partitioning line, it's going to be after the D and before the I, right there. Now the last one, if you remember with the consonant LE syllable, the consonant, so this B has to go with the LE. They have to stick together. So that only leaves one spot for the line to go, which is between the I and the B. Now my word is incredible. Now that I is not making the I sound, and it's not saying it because here you have the schwa. So that's why it says incredible. Spot and dot the next word. Okay, so my first dot goes above the E. Next dot, I. And then the last dot goes with the LE syllable pattern. Okay, so I'm going to spot and dot. My first partitioning line is going to go after the X. And then again, you have the same thing where you have your partitioning line before the I, or I should say after the I and before the B. And your word is flexible. So if you're flexible, that means you're able to be really, you can stretch really far. That's what flexible is. So again, you have that schwa, flexible, flexible. All right, spot and dot your next word. Okay, so for this word, we're gonna go ahead and spot and dot. So your dots are above the vowels. Okay, first partitioning line is between the N and the V. So you have N. Next partitioning line is going to go between the N and the C. So you have N, then. Now this last partitioning line, of course we know that the B has to go with the L and the E. But do you see the CI? The CI is going to make the S sound. So you say invincible, invincible. So that's why it makes that sound. C and I, a lot of times when you see those together, it makes the S sound. Okay, spot and dot your next word. Your first dot is going to go above your vowel O, then your I, and then your LE. These words have a lot of I's and BLEs, don't they? Okay, my first partitioning line is going to go between the R's. My next partitioning line is going to go between the I and the B. Okay, because the B and the LE, of course, have to stay together. So my word is horrible. Horrible. Something is horrible, that means it's really, really bad. All right, last one. Go ahead and spot and dot this one in your workbook. Okay, my first dot's going to go above the U. Next one is above the I, and then you have the LE. So I'm going to separate the two L's. And then it's going to go, your next partitioning line goes between the I and the B. Okay, my word is gullible. Gullible. If someone is gullible, that means that they'll believe anything you tell them. That's what gullible is. All right, we're going to move on to the next slide. Go ahead and if you need to pause it to take a second to make corrections, you can hit the pause button. Otherwise, we're going to go on to the next part. Okay, so on this, what we're going to do is we're going to read it together. So as I'm reading, follow along. Try to read along in your head. Okay, I'm going to start at the top corner and read across the rows. So we have simple, little, jungle, stumbled, gentle, double, sparkle, wrinkles, able, twinkle, gentle, dimples, unable, dazzled, candle, bubbles, unable, wrinkles, double, candle, simple, freckles, uncle, cable, humble, bubbles, dazzled, pebbles, table, stumbled, able, unable, stumbled, sparkle, uncle, double, jungle, maple, gentle, wrinkles, maple, pebbles, jungle, freckles, tumble, dimples, twinkle, and simple. Okay, so I'm going to cut the time down kind of short, so you're going to have about 15 seconds to read. So with that 15 seconds, I want you to first write down a goal. So somewhere over to the side of your first and second read, where you write down your words, just write down a goal, something that you want to try to read to a number, and then I'm gonna set a timer. Okay, so write your number down. I'm gonna give you 15 seconds. Once I say go, you're gonna start reading. Once I say stop, you're gonna stop and figure out how many words you got. Okay, ready, set, go. and stop. Okay, so now figure out how many words you read and write it down where it says first read. Okay, write it down quickly. Okay, if you need more time to figure it out, hit the pause button. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and start with your second read. Okay, so your second read, you're trying to get just a little bit farther than you did on your first read. Okay, so I'm going to start your second read. Ready, set, go. All right, and stop. All right, now figure out how many words you read on your second read. And then write it down in that second read spot. All right, if you need some more time to figure out how many words you read, go ahead and hit the pause button. If not, we're going on to our next slide. Okay, so here's the word bank. So I'm going to read the words to you. Here are the words: table, marble, apple, paddle, sparkle, cuddle, puddle, stable, humble, tumble. Okay, so try to create a sentence using as many of those words as you can. Remember, your sentence needs your subject and your predicate. Remember, your subject is who or what your sentence is about. Your predicate's going to tell me, what did your subject do? Or what is your subject doing? Okay. I'm going to try to use some of these words. So I will model for you first, and then you're going to write your own sentence. Okay. Remember, start with a capital letter, end with a punctuation mark. Okay. Here is my sentence. I took a tumble when I tripped over the puddle. Okay, and then a punctuation mark at my end. So my subject is I, it's about me, I, and then I tell you what I did. I took a tumble when I tripped over the puddle. Remember to make your low letters go low. My P's weren't very good, so I'm going to fix those and make those go lower and use better handwriting. Okay, so check over your work. Make sure that if you have the word I, it should be a capital I if I's all by itself. Okay, so just check that over. Make sure your sentence looks good. If you need some time to write, I want you to pause this video, take some time to write, and then check your sentence, fix any corrections that you need to make, and then we'll move on to the next part. All right, so today we're going to be looking for multisyllabic words in a text. Remember that word, multisyllable. So if it's multiple syllables, I'm looking for words that have the LE that are more than one. Okay, so I'm going to do this with you today. So we're going to look at Sable was a simple girl. She had freckles, pimples, dimples, and a twinkle in her eye. She loved to giggle and chuckle. She loved all things that sparkle. Things with a sparkle dazzled her. So far, Sable had collected a marble that sparkled, bubbles that sparkled, and even a pebble that sparkled. Her favorite was the pebble because it had the most sparkles. It wasn't simple at all. When she looked at her pebble, she would giggle because it made her happy. Then she would chuckle because she was giggling. She didn't feel simple anymore with her things that sparkled and dazzled her.